Hey folks, this is Rainer here from Trading with Rainer. So on this video will be my weekly analysis for the upcoming week, and I'll be looking at a number of pairs today. So namely the dollar yen, euro dollar, British pound dollar, and the Aussie dollar. So first and foremost, let's look at the dollar yen, which I spoke of last week. So last week I was saying that on the weekly chart the dollar yen is still really bullish as we see many green bullish candles. So on the forward chart I did mention to focus on the 96,500 level. Alright, so my reason being was that the weekly chart is bullish, so we wanted to get an entry to go long. So number one is we have the trend, that's one. So the next thing I was looking at was that I saw resistance here, alright, resistance, and price broke out of it, and I was anticipating for the resistance to turn support, which it did. So that's two. The last thing that I was looking at was the confirmation candle, which was a bullish reversal pattern. So did we have it? Yes, we did. We got a pin bar, right? The bullish pin bar, which we have it. So let's look at it closer at the pin bar. So personally, I didn't get into the trade because the reason being was that I placed the limit buy order. I was being a cheapskate. I wanted to get a better price, so I think I placed a limit buy order around this level here, but price did not retrace low enough to trigger a buy. Instead, it took off without getting long for me. So I missed the trade, but for those of you who catch the trade, I'll say well done. So now the next question is, where would I place my stops and how would I manage the trade? So if I were to enter the trade, my stops would be below here, the low, and I will look to take profit at either this level, which is the resistance level, or I will look to have a Fibonacci inside extension, to take at the 162 level, which is here. However, there are certain considerations that I would have to take note of. For example, how is price reacting to this resistance level here? If it were to form a bearish reversal pattern, I'll take out my profits at that level. However, if it were to consolidate before breaking up higher, I will let the trade run as long as possible. So there are a few scenarios in my head on how I manage the trade, and no two traders are the same. And that's some of my own view on how I would manage the dollar yen trade if I were inside. Alright, so the next pair I'll look at will be the euro dollar. Looking at the weekly chart, we can still see that it still has some bullish momentum going on. See, with the impulse leg, corrective leg, the impulse leg, corrective leg, and now it looks like the impulse leg is facing some resistance level at the 31,200 level. So looking at the daily chart, right, you can see that price, resistance, 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 breakthrough, break above, came back down, and now went up higher, came back down again, and now it's facing the same resistance, which is here and here as before. So the 31,200 level is definitely a level to pay attention to. And if you look at my charts, I did mention that on this particular candle, this one, the blue candlestick, the green color candlestick, I did mention that there was a bad news coming out. However, price still rallied higher, signaling a divergence. However, the following day, you look at price, we have a bearish reversal pattern. Some call it the railroad track, which is simply because it looks like a railroad track, on those train expressways. So price totally came down and closed at the open of the previous day, which is definitely a bearish signal. So then my bias from there was to have a short. So however, the last 2 days we didn't get much price action. We see an inside bar, and the last bar was actually a long tailed bar, followed by price closing marginally higher. So it signals that there are strong sellers at the 31,200 level. So my bias for this pair is still short, and for those who have not short this pair, you can actually get an entry here and get your stops above the high, which is here. Alright, so I'd like to show you another thing on the 4-hour chart. So do you guys see any familiar pattern? Alright, I see a head and shoulders forming up, alright, with the support level here. So for those who wants more confirmation, you can wait for price to break and close strongly below this support level before getting short. And profit target wise, you can look to take at 27,500, which I expect to have some support level down there. So that's my analysis for the euro dollar. The next pair I'll be looking at is the British pound dollar. Look at the weekly chart, we can see that we had a strong close below this significant support level here some time back, and price actually retraced. So could it be a retracement and followed by a further down move to the downside? Well, it could be, because we don't really know, but from the looks of this move, it seems like it still wants to go down further. So how would I play this trade is, looking at the forward chart, you can see that price is hovering at support level right now. Okay. Here. So now it's at support level. So you can do two things. You can rally from the support level or break below it. If it does break below it, what I'll do is I'll look to go short, similar to the euro dollar trade. If it closes strongly below the support level, I'll look to go short and look to exit my position somewhere around this level, the 50.46 level. So that's it for my British pound dollar. And lastly, I'd like to cover would be the Aussie dollar. So looking at the weekly chart, we can see the Aussie dollar is still in a range, still unable to break out its range between the 58.50 and the 1500. So it's here and here. So we are in the middle of the range right now. So we have to analyze carefully how we want to enter the trade with expecting price to reach the bottom of the range. So looking at the forward chart, you can see that price actually consolidating now, right around the support level. So again, similar story. If I want to go short at this pair, I will look for price to break below the support level and look to take some profits at this 0.1500 level. Similar story with the euro dollar and the British pound dollar. And that's it for my analysis for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember, you'll never trade alone when you're trading with Rainer. Thank you.